Am I the a-hole for turning down my ex's offer to try again after her affair failed? I'm 43 and my ex-wife is 41. We were married for 12 years. About a year ago, she walked out on me for another man, and 6 months ago, after our divorce was finalized, she came crawling back. Didn't just cheat, she left, filed for divorce herself, moved into his place, and started posting all over social media about her new life. Now she's back because it all fell apart. And when I told her no, she called me heartless. So let's dive in and tell you how we got here. And you can decide if I'm wrong. My ex-wife and I got together when I was 29 and she was 27. I was working as a financial analyst at an investment firm in Manhattan, pulling in solid money. She was an event coordinator for a high-end hotel chain. We met at a charity event she was running. She had this presence about her, confident, knew how to work a room, always dressed sharp. I was drawn to that. We dated for 2 years before I proposed. The wedding was expensive as hell, but she planned every detail herself, and it was perfect. That's what she did, made things look perfect. Everything had to be just right. The flowers, the venue, the guest list. She spent months on it, and I didn't mind. I wanted her to have the wedding she dreamed about. The first few years were good, real good. We traveled constantly, Europe, Asia, the Caribbean. She loved the lifestyle, and I loved being able to give it to her. We bought a house in Westchester County, one of those neighborhoods where everyone drives luxury cars and has landscapers come twice a week. We had the whole package. Around year 5, she quit her job, said she wanted to focus on other things, personal projects, she called them. I didn't push back. I was working 60, 70 hours a week sometimes, and it was nice having someone handle everything at home. She managed the house, paid the bills, organized our social calendar. I trusted her completely, never questioned anything, never had a reason to. She was good at it too. The house always looked immaculate. We never missed a bill payment. Our friends always commented on how put together we were as a couple. From the outside, we looked like we had it all figured out. That was my first mistake, thinking everything was fine just because it looked fine. Around year 9, something changed. She started pulling away, not in an obvious way. She still kissed me goodbye in the morning, still asked about my work, still planned our trips, but the warmth was gone. It was like she was going through the motions. When I'd come home, she'd be on her phone, scrolling through social media or texting someone. She'd look up, smile, ask about my day, but it felt hollow. I figured it was normal. Thought every marriage hit rough patches. We'd been together over a decade at that point. The excitement fades, right? That's what everyone says. I was working constantly, barely home. I told myself we just needed to reconnect, maybe take a vacation, spend some quality time together. Then she started going out more. Girls' nights became a regular thing. She joined a yoga studio, started taking classes 3-4 times a week, brunches with people I'd never met, book clubs, wine tastings. She was always busy, always had somewhere to be. I didn't think much of it at first. She'd always been social, and I was never around anyway. I was at the office early, home late. Sometimes I'd work through the weekend. I wanted her to have her own life, her own interests. I didn't want her sitting at home waiting for me all the time. She started talking about finding herself, said she felt like she'd lost her identity being my wife, said she didn't know who she was anymore outside of our marriage. She wanted to take classes, volunteer, explore her passions. She talked about maybe going back to school, getting a degree in something creative, maybe interior design or art history. I supported it, told her to do whatever made her happy, even suggested she go back to work if she wanted, said I'd support whatever decision she made. I thought I was being a good husband, giving her space to grow. What I didn't know was she'd already found her passion, and it wasn't a hobby. She met him through a mutual friend at one of those brunches. He was 45, divorced, worked as some senior executive at a tech startup. From what I pieced together later, he was smooth, real smooth, knew exactly what to say to make her feel special, told her she was talented, that she was wasting her potential, that she deserved more out of life, all the things she wanted to hear. She started spending more time with him, called it networking, said he was helping her figure out her career path, giving her advice on what direction to take, said he was mentoring her, introducing her to people in his industry, said they were just friends, that he was being helpful. I believed every word. Why wouldn't I? As I said, we have been married over a decade. She'd never given me a reason not to trust her. She'd never been secretive, never hid her phone, never acted suspicious. Or at least, I didn't think she had. Looking back now, the signs were there. I just didn't want to see them. She started dressing differently, nicer, more effort. She'd always cared about her appearance, but this was different. She'd spend an hour getting ready just to go to a coffee meeting. New clothes, new perfume, new jewelry. When I'd compliment her, she'd brush it off, say she just felt like putting in more effort. She was on her phone constantly, texting, scrolling, smiling at the screen. When I'd ask who she was talking to, she'd say it was just friends, nothing important. Sometimes she'd get up and leave the room to take calls, said it was about volunteer work she was doing, didn't want to bore me with the details. Then one night, I came home early. Business dinner got canceled at the last minute. The house was empty. Her car was gone. I called her, asked where she was. She said she was out with friends. I asked which friends. She got defensive real quick, said I was being controlling, that she was allowed to have a life, that I couldn't expect her to sit at home every night waiting for me. That's when I felt it, that gut feeling that something was off. But I pushed it down, told myself I was being paranoid, that I was just stressed from work. I should have trusted my gut. I didn't go through her things, didn't check her phone, didn't hire anyone to follow her, didn't need to. She told me herself. It was just another evening. Nothing special about it. I was sitting in the living room, going through some work reports, had my laptop open on the coffee table. She walked in, sat down across from me, and said, "We need to talk." I looked up and I knew. I could see it in her face before she even opened her mouth. Her expression was serious, almost cold. She'd been planning this conversation. She said she'd been seeing someone else. Said it had been going on for about 4 months. Said she didn't plan for it to happen, but it did. Said she had real feelings for him. Said she'd tried to fight it, tried to stay committed to our marriage, but she couldn't anymore. I asked her if she wanted a divorce. She said yes, just like that. No hesitation, no tears. She'd already made up her mind. I didn't yell, didn't cry, didn't beg. I just sat there, trying to process what she'd just said. 12 years of marriage, and it was ending because she had feelings for someone else, not because we were fighting, not because we were unhappy, not because I'd done something wrong, just because someone else came along and made her feel a certain way. I asked her how long she'd been planning to leave. She said she'd been thinking about it for a few weeks, trying to figure out the right time to tell me. The right time, like there's a good time to tell your husband you're leaving him for another man. She said she was sorry, said she never meant to hurt me, said she hoped we could still be friends, that we could handle this like adults, said she still cared about me, just not in that way anymore. I told her to pack her things and get the hell out. She looked surprised, like she expected me to fight for her or something. Asked if we could at least talk about it, figure things out. I said there was nothing to figure out. She made her choice. Now she had to live with it. She was out within 3 weeks. Didn't even get her own place first. Moved straight into his apartment in the city. That's how sure she was about him. That's how ready she was to start her new life. She filed for divorce 2 days after moving out. The divorce process started immediately. No kids, so that made it simpler. No custody battles, no child support, just assets to split. We both hired attorneys and got the paperwork moving. The divorce went through relatively smooth for what it was. We divided everything fairly through our lawyers. She wanted the house in Westchester, so I let her have it. I took the investment accounts and moved into a condo in Lower Manhattan. Smaller place, but it was mine. Fresh start. My attorney said I was being too generous, that I should fight for more. But I didn't care. I just wanted it over with, wanted to move on with my life. The divorce was finalized about 4 months after she filed. Then she started posting on social media. That's when it really hit me. Photos of her and him at expensive restaurants, weekend trips to wine country in the Hudson Valley, art galleries, concerts. She looked happy, glowing even. Captions about new beginnings, finding herself, living her best life, all that garbage. Our mutual friends saw it. My family saw it. Everyone saw it. It was humiliating. Not just that she left, but that she was so public about how happy she was without me. Like our 12 years together meant nothing. Like I meant nothing. Meanwhile, I was trying to figure out how to put my life back together, how to be alone after being with someone for over a decade, how to come home to an empty apartment, how to cook for one person, how to sleep in a bed by myself. I buried myself in work, started hitting the gym every morning at 5, needed something to do, somewhere to go. Reconnected with friends I'd lost touch with over the years, guys I used to hang out with before I got married, before my life revolved around her schedule and her plans. Even started seeing a therapist. Never thought I'd be that guy, but I needed to talk to someone, needed to work through everything. The betrayal, the anger, the feeling of being replaced. It wasn't easy, but I was managing. I was moving forward, slowly, but forward. Then, about 6 months after the divorce was finalized, she showed up at my door. It was late evening. I'd just gotten back from the gym, about to make dinner, when the doorbell rang. I wasn't expecting anyone. Looked through the peephole, and there she was. Don't know how the hell she found me. The only thing I could think of was maybe my friends or family gave her my address. She looked rough. Hair wasn't done the way she usually kept it. No makeup. Eyes red and puffy like she'd been crying for hours. She was wearing sweatpants and an old hoodie. I'd never seen her look like that before. She always cared so much about her appearance. I opened the door. She asked if she could come in. I said no. Whatever she needed to say, she could say it from where she was standing. She started crying immediately. Said she made a huge mistake. Said leaving me was the worst decision of her life. Said she'd been miserable for months. Said he wasn't who she thought he was. I asked what happened. She said it fell apart fast, real fast. Turns out he wasn't as successful as he made himself out to be. The startup he worked for went under about 3 months after she moved in with him. He lost his job, lost his income. She sold the house just to have some extra money, and in the process started helping him financially. He started drinking heavily every night, got controlling, jealous, paranoid, started accusing her of cheating on him, which was ironic considering how they got together. She said he became verbally abusive, would yell at her over nothing, blamed her for his problems, said she distracted him from his work. That's why the company failed. Said she was using him for his money, even though he didn't have any anymore. She said he wasn't the man she fell in love with. Said he showed her a version of himself that wasn't real. Said once they were actually living together, once the excitement wore off, she saw who he really was. I just stood there, listening, didn't interrupt, didn't react, just let her talk. She said she realized I was the one she was supposed to be with, that I was stable, dependable, kind, that I treated her well, gave her a good life, that she took me for granted, that she didn't appreciate what she had until it was gone. She said she wanted to come home, said she wanted to fix things, work on our marriage, said she still loved me, that she never stopped loving me. Then she asked if we could try again. I looked at her and I thought to myself, is she serious? This woman I'd spent 12 years with, this woman I'd loved, trusted, built a life with, this woman who threw it all away because someone else made her feel special. I told her, no, she lost it. Started crying harder, saying I was being cruel. Said I was punishing her for one mistake. Said if I really loved her, I'd forgive her. Said marriages are supposed to survive hard times, that we made vows. I told her this wasn't about punishment. It was about self-respect. She didn't leave because we were unhappy. She didn't leave because we were fighting. She didn't leave because I treated her badly or neglected her. She left because someone else gave her attention, and she chose him over me. She filed for divorce. She moved into his place. She moved on with her life and made sure everyone knew how happy she was without me. She posted photos, wrote captions about new beginnings, acted like our marriage was something she escaped from. She didn't just leave, she celebrated leaving. Now that it didn't work out, she wanted to come back. Not because she missed me, not because she realized she loved me, because her backup plan failed, because the grass wasn't greener, because she needed someone stable to take care of her again. I wasn't going to be her safety net. I wasn't going to be her second choice. She kept arguing, said people make mistakes, said I was being unforgiving, said I was throwing away 12 years over one bad decision, said she was willing to do whatever it took to fix things, counseling, therapy, whatever I wanted. I told her it was too late for that. She should have thought about counseling before she left. She should have thought about our marriage before she started seeing someone else. She should have thought about me before she filed for divorce. She said I was being selfish, said I was holding a grudge, said I was letting my pride get in the way of our happiness. That's when I got angry. I told her she had some nerve talking about selfishness. She was the one who blew up our marriage because she wanted something new. She was the one who left without looking back. She was the one who made a choice, and now she had to live with it. I told her I wasn't her backup plan. I wasn't going to sit around waiting for her to decide I was good enough. I deserved better than that. Then I closed the door. She stood outside for a while. I could hear her crying through the door, begging me to open it, to just talk to her. Eventually, she left. I watched from the window as she got in her car and drove away. I thought that was the end of it. It wasn't. She started reaching out to everyone we knew, my friends, my family, mutual acquaintances, told them I was being unreasonable, told them she made a mistake and deserved a second chance, told them I was throwing away our marriage over pride, told them she was willing to do anything to fix things, but I wouldn't even talk to her. Some of them bought it, my mother especially. She called me, said I should at least hear her out, said marriage is about forgiveness, said everyone deserves a second chance, said I was being too hard on her, that people make mistakes. I told my mother that forgiving someone doesn't mean taking them back. I can forgive what she did, but that doesn't mean I have to let her back into my life. Forgiveness is for me, not for her. It means I'm not going to carry around anger and resentment. It doesn't mean I have to give her another chance to hurt me. My mother didn't like that answer, said I was being stubborn, said I'd regret this when I was older and alone. That really got under my skin. Like being alone is worse than being with someone who doesn't respect you. My friends were split down the middle. Some said I was doing the right thing, that I deserved better. Others thought I was being harsh, that everyone makes mistakes. One of them even said, "You're 43, man. It's not like you're going to find someone better at your age. Maybe you should give her another shot." That pissed me off more than anything she said. I'm not refusing to take her back because I'm afraid of being alone. I'm not doing it because I think I can't do better. I'm not doing it because I'm 43 and running out of options. I'm not taking her back because I deserve better than being someone's second choice. I deserve someone who chooses me first, who doesn't need to test the waters with someone else to realize what they had. She kept trying for weeks, sent long messages about how much she missed me, how sorry she was, how she'd do anything to make it right. Showed up at places she knew I'd be, the gym, the coffee shop I went to, even my office building once. She'd try to corner me, try to get me to talk to her. She even got mutual friends to try to convince me. They'd invite me out and she'd show up. They'd say it was a coincidence, but I knew better. They were trying to force us into the same space, hoping we'd talk and work things out. I blocked her on everything, phone, social media, email, told our mutual friends that if they wanted to stay in touch with both of us, fine, but I didn't want to hear about her anymore. If they were going to keep trying to push us together, I'd cut them off too. Eventually, she stopped trying, or at least I stopped hearing about it. It's been a few months since she showed up at my door. Haven't heard from her since. Don't know what she's doing, where she's living, if she's still with him or not. Don't care, honestly. I'm doing well. Better than I thought I'd be, honestly. I've been dating casually, nothing serious yet, but I'm not rushing into anything. Met a few women through friends, through apps, just seeing what's out there. I'm enjoying my life, my freedom, my peace of mind. The condo is starting to feel like home. I've got it set up the way I want it. No more walking on eggshells. No more worrying about someone else's mood. No more wondering if I'm doing enough to make someone happy. I've been traveling more too. Took a trip out west, went hiking, saw some national parks, did things I wanted to do on my schedule. It was nice, peaceful, work is going well. Got a promotion a few months back. More responsibility, better pay. I'm focused, motivated, not distracted by relationship drama. I don't regret my decision, not for a second. Some people think I'm being stubborn. Some think I'm unforgiving. Some think I'm making a mistake, that I'm going to end up alone and regret not giving her another chance. But here's what they don't understand. She didn't just cheat. She left me. She chose someone else. She filed for divorce. She moved on and made sure everyone saw how happy she was without me. She didn't just make a mistake. She made a choice, a deliberate choice. She only came back because it didn't work out, because he wasn't who she thought he was, because she needed someone to take care of her again. I'm supposed to forget all that and take her back? I'm supposed to pretend none of it happened? I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life wondering if she'll leave again the next time someone makes her feel special? Wondering if I'm just a safe option, the backup plan? No thanks. I deserve someone who chooses me first, someone who doesn't need to lose me to realize what they had, someone who values me enough not to throw away what we built the moment something shinier comes along. And if that means I'm alone for a while, or even permanently, I'm okay with that. Being alone is better than being with someone who doesn't respect you. Being alone is better than being someone's second choice. I don't think so, but you tell me. Do you think I was the a-hole for turning down my ex-wife's offer to try again after her affair failed?